All right, welcome back. Part two of getting this RJ back going and running and moving and everything. Did a little work off camera. First thing I did was tighten down the engine, and I went ahead and put the muffler on. That just so everybody knows kind of what's going on with the muffler. Usually these came with a shower head, like it's on my RJ over here. That little bitty guy there. And they are smaller, but this muffler is a little bit deeper, longer from front to back, as I would say. So this is a 14-inch piece of pipe with a 45, and then I think that might be a, I don't know, 2-inch piece maybe. I don't know, not very long. But I wanted to get it as far forward without coming in contact with the hood there. So that way I need to find a heat shield to go on there. So I wanted to get enough space in there between that. So like I said, I got the engine tightened down. I went ahead and hooked up my temporary gas tank and got it hooked up in here. I haven't messed with this carburetor. Like I said in the previous video, I believe I got this engine to fire off starting fluid. And that's as far as I went with it. So I'm going to, I didn't get any starting fluid. Oh well. I'm going to see if I can get it started. I'm going to use my drill instead of trying to yank on this thing. So I'll set you guys up on a tripod and see if we can get this thing started. And then we'll go from there. All right, let's see what we can do here real quick. Yep. May not be able to get her to start. I had too much good luck with the last two. Yeah, it's not looking good. Not looking good. I'm trying to keep that off so it's not shorting out. Try her one more time, then we're going to have to move on to a little different approach, I think. She's not doing anything. Let me get the spark tester, see if we make sure we still have spark. All right, got the spark tester on there. Let's see what we got there as far as spark, just to confirm that. Oh yeah, we got good spark. All right, let me, man, I don't even have anything to shoot gas in there with. Let me try to see if I can find something to shoot some gas in there and I'll pick you back up. All right. I checked the points, they appear to be good. So I did find some brake clean. I believe it will serve good enough to throw a little bit in there to see if I can get it to fire on that. So let's see what happens here. Maybe that'll get us to fire. Yep, she fires. So now it's the carburetor issue. So obviously I did buy that new carburetor. So let me get this carburetor off. Might dig into it a little bit. Either put it back on or see if I can swap that other carburetor out and see where we stand real quick. Actually, I just found out on the bottom of this bowl, there's a little, it looks like a little primer button. I've never seen that on the carburetor for a Kohler. So I just pushed it and a little bit of fuel came out. So I'm going to try to start it again and see if it'll fire without anything in the carburetor, shooting anything in the carburetor. Don't think she's gonna do it. Try one more time. gotta get a carburetor on it. Maybe not. Yeah, I think we're done. All right, let me get that carburetor off. I'll pick you back up. All right, I didn't bore y'all with putting that carburetor on. I had to take the engine back off because I was hoping I'd be 3 for 3 on getting these engines going with the other 2 RJs and this one, but it wasn't so lucky. So here's where I'm at. I got the other carburetor on, the new one, got it off Amazon, tightened everything back down, put the muffler back on, all that good jazz. Nobody wants to see all that. You just want to see if it runs, right? That's what I want to see. So let's see what we got. May need to prime it a little bit just to get some gas down to it. So, see what we got. Well, aggravation. Thought we would have something by now. Well, she runs. Just got to get that carburetor tuned in a little bit. So let me mess with that, and then I'll pick you back up. I can't really drive it right now because I don't have a drive pulley and I don't have a belt. But at least we got it so it's running. So let me tune the carburetor, and then I'll pick you back up. All right. I got frustrated last night. Couldn't take it anymore, so I had to go in. I adjusted everything. I adjusted the carburetor several times on the new one. I thought, well, maybe I'll put a different one on. I adjusted it, same thing. It would run great on low idle, but as soon as you give it high idle, it would just start cutting out, like it was just starving for gas. I thought, well, maybe I need the air cleaner on. So I have three or four 8-horse Kohlers here that I forgot I even had. All of them have carburetors. One of them has a new one, which is probably another Japanese carburetor. And honestly, I've bought several of those Japanese carburetors. This is the first time I've had a problem with them. And a matter of fact, I think my big tractor might have one on it. I think I mentioned that earlier. But anyway, I took that engine off, I don't know, 5 or 6 times. Putting different carburetors on, adjusting them. Got burned adjusting them because, you know, it's hard to get in there, and daggone, I wish I could get that hood off because it would make it a whole lot easier. But I even adjusted the points, cleaned the points, put a new spark plug in, made sure I had good spark again. Even went so far as adjusted the governor arm, made sure it was correct. And I just said, okay, screw it. I give up. So I went to bed. That was yesterday, Friday. Today's Saturday. Came out. Went and nabbed another Suburban, actually, the first thing this morning, with another 4-horse Kohler. And actually a free tractor as well. But anyway, came back. Before I left, I took the old carburetor apart, thinking maybe I could use it. And I was like, well, okay. And then this is what the old carburetor looked like inside. So this has some kind of primer thing I think I mentioned on it. And yeah, the float, yeah, it's not any good. This thing just fell apart. This, whatever this little button is in here, here's the button. This was on there. So I gave up on that. So I went ahead and cleaned the carburetor thinking, well, I could still use it. But then I couldn't get the new float seat down in there to hold it. So I put the old one back in. Well, then the new needle valve that goes in here for the float, it wouldn't fit in there. So I said, screw it. So I went and got another carburetor off this engine over here. That's an 8-horse. I was like, oh, I'll clean it. So I cleaned it and put it back on. Actually, no, I didn't clean it. I just put it on and thought if it's going to run, it's going to run. So I put it on, hooked everything back up, and it runs great. So it's been sitting for a long time because I've done a lot of stuff off camera because, like I said, and before, monotonous stuff just is no fun. So actually I straightened this. I used the BFG on that, got that straight, even got the pedal to work. I got this straight back here. I went ahead and put a spring on down under here for the brake. I got the rear end all cleaned up, put new fluid in it, put the kill switch on. It's on now, so it works halfway. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I also took the gas tank out. As you can see, that was all in the gas tank. But luckily, the gas tank is in really good condition. It's a little rusty inside, but I think if I clean it, kerosene, maybe some diesel, flush it out real good, I think it'll be fine. The problem is the straps underneath the hood, they're just jacked up. And I really can't get in there because I can't get the hood off. So next challenge is to try to get the hood off and rotate it so I can at least try to get the straps figured out, how I'm going to do those. But anyway, I'm going to set you up on a tripod. I'm going to fire this thing up so you guys can see how it runs. Right now, the only thing that's holding me up from driving it, obviously, is the fuel tank. Put it on somehow, because right now I've got my little temporary tank on. I don't have a drive pulley on the rear end, and I need a belt. Those three things are what's holding me up from driving it. But anyway, let me put you on tripod and pick you back up when I get ready to start it. All right, so if you remember, earlier I was cranking on this thing with the drill. Well, I found my pull rope, and this is how it goes. Take the choke off. Wrap her one more time, and she should fire right up. There you go. That thing runs great. I idle and everything. It runs really smooth. And the switch works. So yeah, very happy about how this thing is turning out. So at this point, like I said, I am waiting on those, three things I say? One, the belt, pulley, and gas tank. And then we can drive it. So at this point, tomorrow I hope to get it. I'm going to stop by Tractor Supply and Rural King, both of them, see if I can get a pulley. I also need a woodruff key for the pulley on the rear end. If I can get that, I don't know how I would do the gas tank. I figure I could strap it in there somehow. Poke it through the hole in the top and use some of my big ductwork ties. If I can get that pulley on and the belt on, I think it takes a 4L90 or something like that, 290. I have to check again on my other RJ. If I can get that done, I'm going to drive it tomorrow. That's my ultimate goal. So anyway, I will pick you back up when I see if I can get the belt, pulley, woodruff key tomorrow. Okay. It's been a few more days than just the next day, simply because Sunday I went to Tractor Supply and Rural King. Neither one of them had the pulley I needed, which is this little guy down here. So Also, I thought, well, since I don't have that, maybe I'll grab a bag of Woodruff keys. No, they wanted, what, $15 for the little bitty bag of Woodruff keys. And when I went to Second Rule King in Lafayette. They didn't have the pulley either, so I was like, okay, off to Amazon I go. So I got this pulley for, I want to say $15, maybe. There was a spot for one at Rule King, $40, same pulley. Nah, no thanks. So I went ahead, put the pulley on, put the belt on, strapped the temporary gas tank on. Probably ought to cut that off the muffler so it don't melt. Haven't started it since Saturday, maybe. So guess I'll put you on a tripod and see if we can start it. And if we can, maybe we can get the first drive. So pick you back up in a few minutes. All right, got you set up on the tripod. Like I said, I haven't started this since Sunday, I think it was. So we'll see what a first start in several days is like. Choke it. Getting too old for this kind of stuff. Got a sent one pop. Should start on this one. Oh, come on, baby. Almost had her. It's going to storm here shortly, so I won't have much time. Plus, I don't have a throttle cable hooked up, so try to do the best I can. Well, there you have it. She's running and moving. Well, this is where I'm going to end part 2. It's been a fun little challenge getting this RJ back to running and moving. And I've accomplished that. And I'm pretty happy with it. It does need the tank straps, the fender fixed, And I've got to figure out the seat spring and why that gear shift is hitting it. I don't think that's the correct seat spring, but I have to check into those 3 things. I got to get this hood off somehow and try to fix those straps. I did mention in the previous part, the gas tank was good, but unfortunately, if you apply too much heat on the bottom side of that tank to get that little nipple out, that little square part is soldered on there. And yeah, it came off and I ruined that nipple. So I am in the market for a gas tank. I believe my buddy's going to get me one. And once it's here, I hopefully have the gas tank straps done and be able to drive it and a little bit better. It is really fun to drive. Need to grease the steering shaft a little bit more and the front spindles. They're still pretty tight. But again, I appreciate y'all tuning in, and like, subscribe, follow, share, all that good jazz helps the channel out. I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers, so that'd be cool to hit that. Anyway, I appreciate y'all watching my videos. Talk to you later.